Well, thank you for joining us. I'm Kraig Kann. This is Kicklighter, Head of Communications for the Symetra Tour, and the Volvik race for the card is now complete. 10 graduates here ready to launch to the LPGA. Why don't you give us a little introduction of these players?
All right, we'll start with number 10, Jacqueline Sweeney from Bradenton, Florida. This isn't her first rodeo. She'll be returning to the LPGA Tour.
Raise your hand, Jacqueline, just so we know. Yep. All right, let's go all the way down.
Number 9, we have Elena Sharp from Canada. Elena kind of snuck in there at the end, missed her charity event to be here and squeaked in with that number 9 position. Then at number 8, we have Perrine Delacour, who really snuck in there with a runner-up finish this week. Congratulations, Perrine.
Raise your hand, Perrine. We got to know who you are. Thank you. You got to help the TV cameras here.
Then at number 7, we have Hannah Dunn, who will return to the LPGA Tour. At number 6, we have the lovely and little Sue Kim. At number 5, we have Sydney Clanton, who will also be returning to the LPGA Tour. At number 4, we have Christine Song, who this isn't her first time graduating from the Symetra Tour. At number 3, we have Vanderbilt graduate, Marina Alex. At number 2, we have our little rookie, who will be the only rookie on the LPGA Tour next year, Julia Molinaro. At number 1, we have the player who seemed to can't stop smiling, PK Conkerfield.
So let's get some general thoughts on the year that was. Why don't we start with number 1? Why don't you tell us, aside from the fact that you have the trophy as Player of the Year, what is the greatest memory you have of this season on this tour?
I'm very happy when I play this tour. All the friend is so, they're so kindness and so much fun on this tour.
A lot of kindness. Sydney, what's your thought about the year?
I mean, it's been a great year. I mean, it's been competitive. I mean, as we said, there's only been one person to win twice out here. So, I mean, there's been a lot of competition out here. I think that's the most fun, is everyone's in contention every week. But, I mean, the 7-hole playoff, that's probably the most memorable for me, playing against Marina Alex and Marisha Sheen. It was cutthroat until the end, and so it was fun.
I'm going to let Allie fire up a few questions here in a second that are going to kind of dive into your personality a little bit. But I want to toss one out there to maybe get this thing started that kind of showcases what you all are about, what you have to go through to be one of the 10 card holders, and just what a challenge it is to play professional golf at this level in hopes, but with no guarantees of getting to the next level. Jacqueline Sweeney, you juggled a lot of things, not just golf. You want to talk about everything you've gone through, working as a hostess, just kind of share your story and give people a sense of what it's really like.
Well, I re-enrolled at Arizona State in January. I'm graduating December 6th. I'm actually taking an exam later today. So it's a little bit of a stressful day. But, you know, I did a lot. When I started back up in January, I wanted to be more than just a golfer. So I went to the real world and got a job and found out how hard that is when you're putting golf on a resume. And, you know, with school, it's been a struggle since I'm taking 20 hours right now to finish up. But it's been a good balance. You know, during our rain delay for Saturday, I listened to 4 different lectures that was over 4 hours long and got a lot of reading done. So, you know, that was a positive, but it's been a great year so far.
Allie?
Well, you're asking them what their favorite moment of the year was, but I think one of my top moments was PK winning in Concord and singing. I don't know if a lot of people know, but you have your own band in Thailand. Yes. Can you give us a little preview of how you can sing?
Sure.
Let's hear it.
ฉันพูดได้เพียงว่าตอนนี้รักเธอเทให้ถึงหัวใจ
Oh, she's not done.
นี่คือสิ่งสำคัญที่เรายังอยู่ด้วยกัน สิ่งอื่นใดนั้นมันยังไม่มาถึง บอกได้แค่นี้ จะรักหมดทั้งใจที่มี ให้มันตราตรึง อยู่ในใจเพื่อไปถึงเวลาจาก
Wow. All right, now, did you all know she was capable of that? No. She's holding this under wraps all year long? Was this like just waiting for this stage and this day?
I was hoping she was going to bring her guitar, but she didn't.
Elena, you've played on the LPGA this year, in fact, and had some success out there. Can you talk about the difference between the big show and the goal to get to the big show, and what these ladies and yourself go through on this tour?
I think there's really not that much of a difference. I mean, obviously it's what you think of it. There's more pressure maybe because we're playing for bigger purses, but it's the same thing. Every week you get there Monday or Tuesdays, hotel room or housing, and just enjoy the ride. Like, I had more fun out here playing on the Symetra Tour than I did on the LPGA this year, and I think it helps play with your play. And next year I plan to be, enjoying it more than I did this year, just like out here on the Symetra Tour. So.
Fun in what way? Let's jump on that for a second, and then raise your hand if you want to chime in with some moments that you remember. Why is it more fun to play this tour?
I just enjoyed it. I came in with I just didn't take it as seriously as I have on the LPGA, and I got to hang out with some friends that I haven't seen in a long time, like Hannah. We hung out a couple times this year, and I hadn't seen her in a few years, so it was just nice to catch up with old friends.
Hannah, fun memories? What is it?
I mean, it's definitely a process. It'd be fair to say everybody out here wants to be on the LPGA Tour. And sometimes once you get there, you kind of lose light of how you got there and how much you've accomplished. And I think this tour is extremely humbling in a lot of ways, because somebody that's played on tour and been back and forth, I think it's just puts everything into perspective in terms of just playing golf for the reasons why you even started playing was just to have fun. So,
Marina, you would join the CIA. Is that accurate? If you weren't playing golf?
Maybe.
Could
yeah.
you give us some undercover stories on some of these
I have
players?
a lot of different things that I would maybe want to do if I wasn't golfing. That could be one of them. They know I'm an interesting individual. I have a lot of different areas of, I guess, things that I like that are, I guess, across the board, like strange stuff, like science things, but I also like cooking, and it's just like, it's hard to explain. They know, my friends out there know me pretty well, Nicole and Jess and Bree. They've spent a lot of time with me this past year and a half, so they can attest to my strange personality.
So can you uncover strange personality? Can you uncover something on one of these players that's sitting around you?
No, I'm not. I just find I guess it would be the travel and going to different countries and being undercover and trying to fight bad guys would be cool. Yeah, I just wish I spoke more languages, but I don't, so.
Allie, why don't you help us out with some other talents that we don't know about from some of these 10?
Well, I read online actually that Perrine, if you could have one walkout song to approach the first tee, it would be Gangnam Style. Is that true?
You can't trust the internet for everything.
If you had one, do you know what it would be?
I don't know. No, I don't know.
Oh, I definitely know.
You
Okay,
do?
what would be yours, Cindy?
Ladies and gentlemen, saliva. Getting it. What?
no one knows what that is?
Yeah, can you give us a
can
preview?
No. I'm not as musically talented as you are. So, no, I can't do that.
Okay, you are pretty talented in storytelling. And you were very good during some of our media training sessions earlier this year. You pretty much nailed every question, which was fairly outstanding.
No, I'm sorry, Allie.
What is it about some of these players that we need to know about? Why don't you take any of the 10, not named yourself, and tell us what we need to know about them. Give me 2 players.
Hannah is hilarious. Like, absolutely just hilarious.
In what
Just
way?
having any conversation with her, just...
It takes one to know one.
I mean, you're just entertained. You can just sit and just be entertained and just everything.
Okay.
Let's see, who else? Marina, she's out there.
She's out there.
You just kind of got to roll with her.
Uh-huh.
When, she says things, you just kind of go, you got to go with it. You just got to go with it. But she's a big supporter, and that was fun. I mean, we played in the 7-hole playoff together, and I think as much as we wanted to beat each other, we both wanted each other to play really well. So that was fun. Perrine, awesome golfer. She's quiet.
Doesn't need a walk-up song.
Yeah, she doesn't. She just steps up on the tee and she goes. She's ready to roll all the time.
I think you're one to talk. From what I've seen, you are probably one of the fastest players out here.
Yeah, what can I say? I'm ready to go.
I know, and then yesterday for the final round, you made your mom caddy for you.
No. She told me she was caddying. Like, she went to the thing, got the bib, on the 10th tee, ready to go. And I'm like, all right, let's go.
So let's start here in the back, all right, and work our way this way. Toughest thing about traveling on the Symetra Tour is what?
I would say the toughest thing traveling on this tour is driving. This year the travel has been a lot better with the geographic-wise, but for me it was really easy since my mom and my sister traveled with me this year. So I didn't drive at all. I just sit in the back and slept. It's great.
That's great to have your own personal driver.
Yeah, it's great. I have 2 chauffeurs and cook.
Things are really ramping up on the Symetra Tour.
Great
I mean, I did not realize these things were going on. Who else?
I think this is probably gonna be weird, but I really am a control freak, and I can't just living out of the car. Essentially, you have no control in terms of how much grass is in there. You know, like you've got things rolling around in the back, and I struggle with that, and that's been the toughest thing for me. I know it sounds weird, but I can't.
Grass
handle it.
control. God,
Grass
I hate that.
And then, you know, sometimes you take your extra clubs out and they're kind of all over the place, and, you know, you got your supplements rolling around, and I just can't handle it. I can't do it.
Perrine, toughest thing for you?
I just travel, I flew every time. I don't have my driving license, so I prefer flew. And I sleep in the plane during 1 hour, and I prefer flew. I don't like drove.
Yeah, Perrine, I know we were talking the other day, I think it was Friday, about how you get to and from the golf course. Can you tell everybody how you get there?
If I stay in the housing, the guys in my house family ride me, or one time I stay with Anna and she ride me to the golf course, so that's really nice.
The funniest part was she was like, can I ask you a question? I was like, oh boy. Like, can I get a ride tomorrow, like, to the golf course at some point maybe? And I'm like, yeah. It's like 1 mile from here. It's not that big of a deal.
But in France they don't have a ride, so you just need to go just alone. So that's so different to France to here. I prefer here.
Well, if you enjoy flying, you'll get a chance to do a little bit of that on the LPGA. And I hope your passport is ready. You better have a visa ready as well. And you need some companions. You've got these other 9 ladies. Christine, you've been out on this tour for a while and had some success as well. What are you going to miss about it?
I think I'm going to miss the most is the Symetra Tour staff.
Really?
Like Allie.
Okay, let's move on. You know, the Symetra Tour staff is out there for professional development to help you. Do you feel out there like it's getting better and better to try to get you prepared for the next level?
Well, they give us a lot of support, and they're great friends, and I'm just gonna miss all of them.
Marina, you said you're a little out there. Is that accurate? I mean, you going to support this comment?
Erin is awesome. I text her or email her pretty regularly because I always have questions, and she's the best. I forget that she's our age, young.
She's not our age.
She's younger.
Yeah.
How old is Erin? 22 or 23? Well, she's so organized and has everything so put
So
together.
are you saying at the beginning of the year, one of the biggest challenges is not getting the ball in the hole, but getting from place to place, knowing what to do? There are so many questions.
Yeah, I mean, just a lot of questions about, I guess, day-to-day logistics of stuff, And then once you start playing pro-ams and pro-am parties and all that kind of just adding to your schedule, you just have to start, I guess, reorganizing how you do everything while you're out here. And you learn that as you go.
Julia, are you admittedly nervous about getting to the next level?
Oh, absolutely.
Why?
I played one event in Phoenix and I couldn't breathe on the tee. so I have a few months to, mentally regroup. But yeah, I'm nervous.
So Elena, what advice do you give her or anybody that hasn't been out there?
I would say don't change anything that you've done this year. You've obviously been successful. You've had a lot of top tens. I mean, you just go out and play your game and be who you are, and that's it.
Thank you.
No matter what.
Anybody else have advice
Sometimes you
on
lose
what it
sight of
takes?
that. I mean,
Yeah.
You don't need to change anything. I mean, you got to keep going out and do what you do. It's a little bit different, a little bit more hectic schedule in the sense of there's more pro-am, so less time to play the golf course. But that's why you have a caddy. You have a caddy to get your numbers, and you make a game plan, and they have your numbers, and you're ready to go. But keep doing what you're doing. Don't change any of that.
Allie, you traveled the tour all year long, and you're very close to these players and all the players out there. What does the audience that would be looking at this need to know about life on this tour from your perspective? And then maybe they can chime in.
Yeah, from my perspective, my whole career with the LPGA, which has been almost 4 years, I've done both. I've gone back and forth from the LPGA to the Symetra Tour. But this year was my first full year out here, and I've gotten to see firsthand what you all go through day in and day out, and it is really, really a grind. I've seen anything from tears to laughter to difficult situations, but in the end, it is truly admirable how strong all of you are. And everyone out here is playing with the same goal and putting in that effort, and it is something I think for everybody to look up to.
Question for everybody. The tour starts earlier next year in January in the Bahamas. Not bad, right? Anybody want to go to the Bahamas? Raise your hand. You want to go to the Bahamas? Everybody good with that? Do you wish it was tomorrow, or are you glad for a break? Raise your hand if you're glad for the break. You're glad for a break. Why?
I mean, my off season hasn't been this long. I'm actually kind of excited to have a long off season right now. I don't know how to deal with it, but I would like to have time to get prepared for LPGA event and get myself up to the next level to see how I'm doing next year.
Who else wants a break? You want a break? Jacqueline? Why? You got classwork, you've got jobs going on.
Well, it's just nice because for me, I've left Daytona 4 times, really disappointed with Q School. And for me to be leaving Daytona and not have to come back in December, I'm really excited. And just to be able to go home and kind of plan out my rest of my year is huge. Instead of kind of having everything up in the air, you don't know. Now I know what I'm doing next year. And I know what I'm doing for the next 3 months, and I can go and work in the gym, and I can work with my coach to get to where I need to be because I know what I struggled with out here, and I'm going to struggle with it on the LPGA. So therefore, I can go and work on it and get ready for the Bahamas and get ready for the rest of the year.
Well, you've got a lot going on. I mean, you've got to put in some 2-week notices on some jobs you've got going on. You've got classwork. I mean,
hopefully, I actually am going to start working again probably in the next 3 weeks, just because I like to have extra grocery money and extra money just to have. So I like to grocery shop more than I like to clothing shop. So.
All right, shopping. They need to take you with them. Final thing before we go, I'm going to let every one of you say something, and guess what you're going to get to do on the way out, PK? Yeah, you're going to sing us to the end of the show. Let's start in the back, okay? Your 2014 LPGA season will be a success if what?
If I have fun playing golf again.
Okay, Elena?
keeping it light like I did out here in the Symetra Tour this year.
That's the biggest thing, honestly, is to try to not change the mojo that you had here and kind of the day-to-day relaxation, maybe?
It's way too serious on the LPGA, so keeping it light.
Okay.
I don't want to change my playing from LPGA. That's a golf, so that's the same sport. I just need to play and make some pleasure to the course.
Sometimes players probably try to be a different player than they were at the other level, which adds more pressure. What's your take?
Probably just enjoying the process a lot more this time around and just taking a seat and realizing that I've accomplished a lot. So just enjoying it more.
For me, I'd say taking it day by day. I don't want to see the whole next year and plan out what I'm going to do at the end of the year. So just taking it day by day, week by week, keeping focus on what I do.
PK, we're going to let you go last, okay? Sydney?
Staying in the moment.
In what way?
I think with golf, and I mean, even outside of golf, staying in the moment, shot by shot, hole by hole, not getting ahead of yourself.
Okay.
Be less stressed, not think about too
Less
much.
stressed.
Yeah,
You were stressed out here.
just a little bit.
Why?
Well, I was in and then I went out and then I went back in. Long story.
Remember that word volatility. That's what makes you stronger, right? Go ahead.
Try and keep it as stress-free as possible, which is going to be really hard for me. But
Yeah, you look like you're a very stressed out person. I mean,
internally,
you don't smile at all.
No, inside it's super stressful.
You're wound tight, huh?
But definitely to be back for 2015 and not have to go back to Q School or back to the Symetra Tour, and I would like to play some of the majors. So that would be a successful year.
Julia?
I just want to have fun. I love traveling. I love seeing new places. So I want to just keep on having fun and doing what I do here, and don't think that I have to, make any miracles to be able to stay there.
PK?
I just do like we did. Yeah,
Just keep it fun? I mean,
yeah. Smile, happy life.
it's happy when you have all these trophies and you're the player. I mean, that's all easy, right? I mean, it can't all be so easy.
The game is fun game. Don't have to serious. Just play.
There are a lot of people that would love to be in your situation, any of the 10 of you, and do what you're doing and accomplish what you have. Allie, what are your final thoughts about if you were giving them advice?
My advice is just never change. Keep practicing. Just, like Sydney's doing right now, just keep laughing and smiling and have fun.
All right. I want to say congratulations once again to all of you. PK, did you know that there's somebody else sitting near you that also wanted to be a singer once upon a time if they were younger? Oh, look at the look on her face. Yeah. She's right next to you, actually. So I want you to sing and try to get her in with, I know she doesn't know these words, but we're singing on the way out. So, sure, you sing whatever you want to say, and I'm going to say congratulations and thank you all for being here. It's been fantastic. Go ahead, you can sing, they can clap, and congratulations to all of you.
ผมก็เป็นอีกคนที่เฝ้ารอคุณมาตั้งนาน หัวใจผมมันสั่นเมื่อได้ฟังว่าคุณไม่มีใครสนใจ คุณว่าผมหน้าตาอย่างผม คุณไม่นับคุณไม่มองเลยว่านี่คือผู้ชาย มันเจ็บใจกันอยากจะวิ่งร้องไห้ จะไม่ตายเพราะคุณไม่เคยสน
Come on, Julia.
ผู้ชายดีๆผู้ชายดีๆมีแฟนหมดแล้วคุณจะรออะไร ผู้ชายรวยๆลูกคนรวยๆก็มีคนสวยแย่งชิงมากมาย ผู้หญิงที่รูปงดงามอย่างคุณเป็นโสดไม่รุนมันน่าเสียดายลองคบแค่ผู้ชายกลางๆอย่างผมได้ไหม
Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, the 10 card holders for 2014 on the LPGA. Congratulations to all of you.